2, 1. Right, our classes today. Everything about the first 3 hours of this class is purely based on your fundamentals. You have leading and following, okay? You have your lines, you have your weight transfer, and you have musicality. 4 foundations you do not break, okay? Okay, so when we talk about this, we're talking about when we move, sticking to our lines, keeping our posture, weight transfer, keeping everything moving, and then again, when I move to my sides, side, keep to my lines, I'm not changing my posture. The moment I turn my toes, I turn my body, and then in case my partner different movement altogether. So, sticking to your lines, go forwards, back, side and side.
Followers, you have 2 key rules. You need to, no, 3 key rules. We need to stay parallel, we need to keep the distance, and we need to not watch the feet.
Okay, so when it comes to this movement, you have a line around your diaphragm, okay? 1 for your followers, do not look down. 2, we need to be able to move our lower body, or isolate the lower body from the upper body and try not to affect our follow. We're not doing this, we're trying to keep everything still. If you need a reference, try and think of yourself as balancing something on your head, yeah? Try and keeping that still. So, moving forward, extending, going forward. 1, touch, transfer, 100% on this foot, 0% on the other. Transfer the weight for a touch step, 20, 80. Touch step only. Then to change direction, you come back, and again, touch, touch. Small movements, the magic zone. We're not moving past the magic zone, everybody has a different one. For the moment I transfer the weight past that zone, that's when you know it's going to be a weight transfer, and that's when you move forward and you put more weights on the front foot or back foot for your followers. Moving forward, keep moving consistently. Keep moving consistently. Play around with your weight transfer. Keep the distance, the magic distance between you and your partner. Then coming back, exactly the same thing. Clear the foot. Triangles. Small triangle, big triangle. Vice versa for your followers. Big triangle, small triangle. All the time. When you're here, fluidity is key. Going slower is taking you a little bit harder, but when you're here, you want to try and stick to your lines. When I'm in this position, exactly the same thing. You're not walking with your feet apart, because that's what's going to happen. You want to try and keep your feet on a railway line. 1 for your left, 1 for your right when you're moving. 1, 2, 3. We're now here, side to side, exactly the same thing. Let's move forward and backwards. Again.
Followers, so keep them parallel.
Again, natural extension out. I haven't moved anything. 100, 0. Transfer, touch. Again, 50. Again, 80, 20. Again, 100.
So followers, what we are watching is for the chest. So when the chest moves, we know to step to the side. Yes? If the chest doesn't move and the lead to the steps, we're not stepping. Okay? Moving in isolation is another key thing. Being able to move around 1, 2 without actually affecting your follow is a very key part. So that's a good sign of being able to manage your weight transfer quite fluidly between each foot. Good exercise to do. And again, when I'm here, transfer my weight. Okay, I have the option of either getting my partner to step, I step, we both step, we come back in. Options all the way. When you're here, 1, transfer the weight. When you come back together, weight is 50-50. Being ready to move again, 1 and together. We're staying parallel with your partner. 1, 2, 1, 2. Next up, transitioning between the cross. The cross is the directions you have, forward, back, side, and side. Those are the 4 directions. When you turn, it's always about preparation for your follow. When you turn, 1, 2, 3. So followers for this, we're keeping parallel and keeping the distance. So when we turn,
here, turn with the upper body.
We are keeping parallel and keeping the distance.
So what I'm trying to do is I'm not diving, but I'm turning my upper body first before I take the step, and that way it allows my partner to understand that I'm making a change in direction. Okay? Intention with my upper body, which way am I facing? Direction, my weight transfers to which way I want to go next. Okay. Next up, okay, Saidas. Saidas, you have 3 lines. You have 1, 2, and 3. Okay?
The same thing applies for followers. We are just keeping parallel in the distance. This is all we are doing with these steps.
So Saidas, when it comes to Saidas, any form of moving off the line, when you or your partner on a separate line, it involves changing your position in order to actually keep actively in the following. So as a follower, you're following the chest. You're staying parallel, keeping the square. Okay? 1, 2, 3, and 4. When I'm here, I step forward and I start my dissociation. That's an indication to my partner to say, right, I want you to stay parallel. If I turn here, she's not parallel with me, She has to step off, and off you go. Then she keeps a square, back, in, together. Man Saida, exactly the same thing. If I step first and then associate, she needs to stay parallel and perpendicular to it, or keep the square. Then Man Saida, in and together. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Other things that you need to think about: weight transfers, touch steps, slow motions, picking up speed. Those things can be done to every single piece of your dance, and it's about managing the weight transfer between everything, that you don't have to stick to the box of when they say side to side, you're doing this the entire night. You have an opportunity to break it up. When you break it up, slowing it down and going again. Man Saida, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? All of those things can be done on different steps, and that allows you to vary your dance heavily. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.